and cold enough to stop the heat on the elements.
Absolutely, as the bell's rung.
And that's not even, we haven't even added the Cortes brothers here into that element.
Absolutely, is
pun intended.
Pyro Pulse in the center of the ring.
All right, so we're starting. These are
starting it off here.
It's you know, we're gonna have two competitors in the ring at the same time as representatives for each team.
Absolutely, and one of the competitors, the bloody maniac known as Whiplash. This guy's completely nuts, and you see the back and forth, the massive arm drag there. And Chris Cage getting into the action, ladies and gentlemen. He just came into the ring. Whether or not he's the legal man in the ring makes no difference here.
Hey, when we're talking with the Zoltan here, who's worrying about what's legal?
Absolutely, and Chris Cage just probably got plastered there with a massive shot there, massive shot. And the Zoltan have retreated outside the ring. Chris Cage.
Well, you call it retreating.
Superstar Whiplash outside the ring.
You call it retreating. I call it taking a very, very intelligent break. Hey, actually, we got one of the representatives from the Cortes brothers here taking the piss out of Iceberg. Zoltan's being very smart. Let these two teams beat the tar out of each other, come in there at the end and pick up the, what's left.
Absolutely, and apologies for misidentifying the elements there. Initially. And Pyro Pulse talking some smack from outside the ring.
I mean, do the elements speak English? Is that? I mean, are they from Earth? Is this the case?
They do communicate in English, Mr. Wonder. I know you know the answer to that, but I know you're not a fan of them. Right now, the Cortes brothers trying to have their way, and
wow. I don't think the Cortes, they're not big fans of them right now either.
Absolutely, and the elements running the table at this point in the match. Here's the tag.
Pyro Pulse in there.
And now both of them in there.
Well, they are a tag team.
And you see that on display.
Hey, what's this ref letting? I mean, okay, good. And, it's a 5 count. We got to remind the, we got to remind some of these refs sometimes.
The referee seems to be doing an all right job to me, Mr. Wonder. I don't see a problem with it.
Well, clearly you don't.
And right now, Pyro in there and brought it into his corner. Here's the tag, and a little help there, and a big elbow to the midsection by Iceberg.
I'll say this about the elements. They've been the smartest ones in the ring so far with the in and outs.
Absolutely. That was fine teamwork there. He drew him into the corner, made the tag, took advantage of that 5 seconds Mr. Wonder was talking about earlier, and just bloody, since that time, they've dominated, and only now has he even gotten this far center into the ring.
Cortes is in trouble here. He needs a tag in his brother or he's done.
Absolutely, but still in clear control of the match are the elements, and there's an attempt at a pin.
The most dangerous part of these triple threat tag team matches is that if you're in the ring for a long time, you're not getting kicked by just one other person or 2 other people. It's up to 4 other people you're getting your ass kicked by.
Absolutely, and also the fact that when you're in a scenario like this, these guys haven't had
I like this.
A little bit of the old, shenanigans outside the ring. But these guys
got the tag rope there. He should use it.
Well, they're not. No one is really paying attention to what the elements are doing. Rather, to what the Zoltan. The Zoltan's just sitting there waiting for that moment.
Brilliant wrestlers.
They came in the beginning. Perhaps they obviously did damage to their first opponents and got out the ring when they got a little pushback there, but now they're bloody having a talk, and you see quickly,
if it goes the way that I'm thinking Zoltan is planning, we're going to see an elimination between the elements and the Cortes brothers within minutes.
Absolutely.
And they're going to get in the ring extremely fresh, and they're going to walk away with this victory.
And now is just a massive choke slam to the floor there. Not really a slam, but a low slam there. Just choked him down there. And Pyro Pulse now in trouble.
Pyro's been in there for a long time, man.
Absolutely, and both these teams perhaps wearing themselves out.
Oh, looks like Superstar wanted to get a little bit of Cortes there.
And of course, Whiplash making sure that no one wins the match except them. Of course, that's the way, but you can't say anything bad about it as they're plotting. They're literally plotting or the Zoltan. They're sitting there having a natter like they're down at the pub and waiting for the moment to come in and take advantage of these teams who are clearly out of energy. Mr. Wonder, your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are this. As you can see, Whiplash there broke up the count. He didn't have to do that. This is an elimination. What he did there is prolong the punishment that Pyro's going through.
Absolutely. There's a fine insight there.
There he is again. He's coming in. He wants this beating to go on as long as possible.
Absolutely.
So he doesn't have to work that hard.
Absolutely. It's an absolute great insight, and that's why we have Mr. Wonder here at NAX, despite his thoughts on Mr. Bolls. And look at that. They just bloody got out the way.
Wesley, I'm never thinking about your Bolls.
Hey, look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
And that's the moment you're waiting for, as Whiplash now has one of the
and now
Pyro Pulse in the corner, and they'll get a bloody thrashing now by the Zoltan.
Now you want a tag team clinic right here. It's going on. In and out from both men, and they're being completely destructive.
Absolutely. Bloody just kicked him there right in the midsection. A bloody barrage of kicks there. And Chris Cage is just bloody mashing him out into the corner.
A snow stomping happening in the corner.
Absolutely. That was unbelievable. Whatever's going on in this match, this is complete all out. Complete all out there.
I'm surprised Pyro even has the wherewithal to move around this ring right now. He's been in there for at least maybe about 8 minutes by himself. And then he's taking beatings from the Cortes brothers and Zoltan at this point.
Absolutely, and you're seeing the fine athleticism on display by the Elements. These guys are not easy to defeat. Pyro Pulse on the wrong end of a beating right now. First the Cortes brothers were having a go at him, and now Chris Cage, after Superstar Whiplash, brought him into the corner, and since that moment, the Elements are not in control of this match. The Zoltan are in control of this match, and the Cortes brothers perhaps trying to plot, but they don't look like they're plotting the same way and with the same insight as the Zoltan.
No, not at all. Funny thing about the Elements, you know, when it comes to the planet Earth, they're usually in charge. But in this match, oh my, I think they're going to end the night in the hospital. At least for Pyro.
Yeah, Whiplash is just smacking him in the corner, and a massive suplex perfectly executed, and a bridge pin, and only a 2 count, Mr. Wonder.
Did you see? Yes, I'm impressed by Pyro's power here, that he's still lasting this. But did you see how hard Superstar smashed him into the canvas?
Absolutely.
The canvas must have jumped up at least a foot.
Superstar Whiplash will bloody go hard in every match. He does every maneuver against his opponents to inflict maximum pain and suffering and injury, to be quite frank with you. And then you saw he just gave a bloody shot before to Iceberg there. Iceberg just recuperating now.
Yeah, I did see that.
And again, Mr. Wonder, there, if you take a gander and you see what's going on, as the Zoltan just watching the damage take control, they sit back, wait, perhaps stir it up a bit, and then retreat to the corners.
That's right. They went. Wow.
And whoever's going to be coming in, the first people to be out of this match are going to be absolutely softened up, as they say.
I would say for sure.
And the Zoltan, they're
I mean, the Elements are pretty much out of it at this point.
Absolutely. Strategy of the Zoltan, unbelievable. And did you see that?
Yep, brilliant maneuvers.
These guys are so deceptive in the corner. He just bloody gave him a slap to make him think like, ooh, who's hitting this guy? I got him in full control there, and then just a bloody barrage.
Look at this audience. They're booing the Zoltan after showing such ingenuity in that corner. I'm telling you, people do not know how to recognize good things when they see it.
Well, Superstar Whiplash now, perhaps trying to continue
Iceberg
the frank beating that's been going on here against this guy.
Iceberg's over there in the corner trying to rally up his partner. His partner's dead.
It may be time for him to break the rules and come out here once in a while.
You know, oh, look at this.
Look at this maneuver.
Oh, whoa. Pyro still is, something inside of him is still alive.
Absolutely.
Has a spark of life somehow. You know, if Iceberg had any compassion for his partner, he'd pick him up and drag him the hell backstage at this point.
At this point in the match, and still trying to make that. And there's the tag, ladies and gentlemen.
Finally.
Iceberg finally getting a massive clothesline.
Nice. House of Fire at this point. He has plenty of time to get his energy up. He's been outside on the mat for a good 20 minutes.
And
oh
the
my!
reverse atomic knee drop there.
Oh my! That was brutal.
Absolutely.
I don't think we'll see that Cortes brother either.
Absolutely, and Iceberg, the Suns, the shot he took there from Superstar Whiplash. Perhaps the athlete with the most energy at this point in the match, except for Superstar Whiplash.
I mean, Iceberg he's the most well rested at this point. And that's why he's delivering the most damage.
Absolutely.
But I gotta say, he's one man in this contest. I don't think Pyro's gonna be any use for him for the rest of this contest.
Pyro needs to recuperate in whatever way he can. Iceberg needs to take the brunt of whatever he can for as long as he can.
Wow.
And he just got bloody tossed into the cage.
Wow.
Just bloody whipped him. These Cortes brothers are mental. Their teamwork is good. Especially when they just do maneuvers like that.
Well, they are brothers, Wesley. They've been a tag team since birth.
Well, they're also against a team of brothers in the elements, of course.
Wait a second. These things are related to each other?
Absolutely. These guys are brothers. Absolutely. These guys are brothers, Mr. Wayne.
I didn't think they shared the same double helix as us.
These guys, wow, and unbelievable.
Oh, that's a
Pyro pulse there.
That's a straight up spear out of just basically working out of steam. Must have. I mean, he can't be fully recovered from that beating he took from two other teams.
Absolutely. You just saw Iceberg off the top rope there and attempting a pinfall, but again, here is
Whiplash ain't having it.
To break it up.
Oh, look at this. That's how you do it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's experience.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh. Looks like somebody pissed off Superstar Whiplash over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could see that coming a mile away. I've not seen Whiplash for the last 4 minutes of this match, and there he emerges to take advantage.
Oh!
Now you're seeing the Zoltan do what they do. That absolute brutal maneuver. A brutal maneuver. And the Zoltan.
I mean, they came in here and they took the dust out of the Cortes brothers and are about to do the same thing out of the elements. It's over.
Absolutely.
Look at them. Domination. Wait a second.
And what's going on?
Is this the House of Payne?
Ladies and gentlemen, I've not seen.
That's the House of Payne.
There's something strange going on and unbelievable.
Look at these guys. They're having snacks while watching the match. They're not concerned at all. They're not in the match.
Is that Hakeem Ali and Big Daddy Dre?
Damn straight it is.
And what are they doing there? Sitting there just snarking outside the ring there.
Oh, wait a second. We still have a match going on in the ring. Wow, wait a second. What?
Was that Nick Payne there? I can't see from this angle, ladies and gentlemen, but the House of Payne.
You know, I gotta say, I got distracted by the House of Payne. I don't know how the elements pull this off.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, the House of Payne. No strangers to Mr. Bolls.
Uh-oh.
And what's going on there? And the House of Payne.
Uh-oh.
They just bloody took over here. Hakeem Ali.
Whoa.
This is a bloody beating there. The House of Payne. These are some of the toughest competitors.
I don't feel safe right now,
professional
Wesley.
wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
With these four lunatics out here?
And some security needs to come in and get this sorted, ladies and gentlemen. Hakeem Ali has Chris Cage over it, and that's just uncalled for, ladies and gentlemen. And Superstar Whiplash can do nothing but try to fight off this barrage, this absolute beating, as the House of Payne. Just a massive. This is unbelievable.
You know what, Wesley? I don't know.
Massive power driver there.
I don't even know if I should stick around here. You know, if the Zoltan get up, they're probably gonna go for weapons against these guys.
This is an absolute disgrace what's going on. The House of Payne, these guys are completely nuts there.
Bringing down the house. Look at this. No one expected to see the House of Payne here tonight.
Absolutely, the House of Payne coming in here and frankly just causing quite destructive behavior here by the House of Payne. They bloody just really in the NA. I mean, If Mr. Wonder, I think it's been clear that the Zoltan perhaps will be emerging as a potential champion. Of course, we don't have champions yet in NAX, but of course we will have them soon. We don't just give people belts here. But you see this pardon emerging, but it looks like the House of Payne has other plans.
Well, I mean, if anything, the House of Payne just put themselves into the mix here as serious competitors for the Tag Team Championship when the Tag Team Championship is up at play here.